Hey guys, it's Ms. Castor. Go ahead and get out Cornell style notes. Title them Intro to Functions. We're going to look at what is a function. If we have an input, such as ice cream mix, and then it goes through an operation or a function, the output is going to be delicious ice cream. So here's my function machine. I have an input, I have a function, and then I have an output. So if my input, my x, let's say x equals 3, then I have a function, let's say 2x plus 1. I'm going to then replace x with 3, and I get 2 times 3 plus 1. 2 times 3 gives me 6, plus 1 is 7. So f of x equals 7. We talked a little bit about function notation and how we write that. And so this just simply means the function of x. And f of 3, since we know that x is 3, we say f of 3 equals 7. So we have some definitions that you need to make sure that you have written down. You also need to know that for every input is assigned exactly one output. So we have this T-chart for input and output. We have different words for input and we have different words for output. They mean the same thing. Okay, so input I have domain, while for output we have range. Input I have x, output I have f of x or y. Input I have independent, output is dependent. Input is cause, output is effect. Input is if, output is then. Input is manipulated, output is the result. So for every element of the domain has exactly one element of the range. So every input is assigned exactly one output, and every element of the domain has exactly one element of the range. For every x, there is exactly one y. Okay, we have some tables that we're going to look at that are functions and some tables that are not functions. Here are tables that are functions. We have these 4. And then here are tables that are not functions. I want you to tell me how are they different. Explain how to tell if a table of values represents a function. So you need to look at these, pause the video, take a look, and figure out where you see differences and how you can tell if it's a function or not a function. Make sure to bring that to class tomorrow. We're also going to look at ordered pairs. Here are sets of ordered pairs. I have 4 sets that are functions. And then here are 4 sets that are not functions. Again, I want you to tell me how are they different. Explain how to tell if a set of ordered pairs represents a function. Write that down in your notes, pause the video, take a look, and figure out how they're different and which one represents functions and how do you represent ones that are not functions. Okay, once you've done that, I want you to try. I want you to take a piece of paper, fold it into 4 quadrants, and then in each quadrant write an example of either a table that is a function, a table that is not a function, a set of ordered pairs that is a function, and a set of ordered pairs that is not a function. Do not write whether it is or is not a function on the front of the paper. On the back, you are going to tell me if that table is a function or is not a function for each of the different sections. Tomorrow in class we are going to cut these into 4s. Please do not do that yet, but we are going to do that in class tomorrow. We're going to cut them in 4s so that we can move them around and figure out which ones are and which ones are not. We're going to have a pair activity. So please make sure that this is completed before class tomorrow. Alright guys, that is it. Make sure you have a summary of all of this. And then if you have any questions for me, make sure you have that written in your notes. And write this right here, the 4 quadrants is your way of writing a question for your group tomorrow. Alright guys, I'll see you in class.